Everyone knows the stories of geniuses like Curie, Tesla, and Hawking. But have you ever heard of William James Sidis? This man, with an estimated IQ between 250 and 300, was once considered to be smarter than Einstein. Yet, his legacy is one of heartbreaking tragedy, a genius whose name has faded into obscurity. Today, we're uncovering the story of William James Sidis, the man who could have been the next Einstein but instead lived a life marked by struggle and isolation. Imagine being compared to Einstein at just 11 years old. William James Sidis was a child prodigy, considered to be one of the most intelligent people in history. Born in 1898, Sidis showed signs of extraordinary intelligence from a very young age. By the time he was 18 months old, he was already reading the New York Times. By the age of 8, Sidis had mastered 9 languages, even inventing one of his own. His incredible abilities didn't stop there. At just 11 years old, he became the youngest student ever to enroll at Harvard University. His intellect was so advanced that he was invited to lecture the Harvard Math Club on the fourth dimension, leaving MIT professors in awe. Despite his prodigious intellect, the pressures of being labeled a genius began to take their toll on young William. While others saw his brilliance as a gift, Sidis himself started to resent the very thing that set him apart. As he grew older, his passion for mathematics and academic pursuits began to wane. The expectations placed upon him were immense, and they weighed heavily on his mental and emotional well-being. Thomas Edison once said, "Genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration." When comparing Sidis to Einstein, it becomes clear that something was missing. Einstein harnessed his intellect to become one of the most influential scientists in history. Sidis, on the other hand, began to withdraw from the very field that had brought him so much attention. At one point, the Eastern Massachusetts Street Railway Company hired Sidis, hoping that his genius could improve their system. They presented him with blueprints and data, expecting groundbreaking insights. But Sidis shocked everyone when he reportedly said, "The very sight of a mathematical formula makes me physically ill." The emotional distress was so severe that Sidis broke down in tears and quit on his very first day. The pressure to perform, coupled with his growing disdain for mathematics, became too much to bear. This moment marked a significant turning point in his life, a retreat from society and the field he once excelled in. After leaving the academic world behind, Sidis chose to live a life of relative obscurity. He retreated from public life, seeking solace in his own company. Despite his withdrawal, Sidis continued to use his intellect in other ways. He mastered dozens of languages, authored books and manuscripts under various pseudonyms, and wrote original works on history, government, economics, and politics. However, his genius was no longer celebrated by the world. Instead, it was hidden away, known only to a select few who stumbled upon his works. He lived a quiet life, far removed from the spotlight that once shone so brightly on him. Tragically, Sidis's life came to an early end. At the age of 46, he suffered a stroke that proved fatal. The man who was once hailed as the next Einstein passed away in relative obscurity, his genius largely forgotten by the world. William James Sidis's story is a heartbreaking reminder that genius alone is not enough. While his intellectual abilities were extraordinary, the pressures of living up to his potential, coupled with a lack of passion for the field he was thrust into, led to a life of isolation and unfulfilled promise. William James Sidis was a man of incredible intellect, yet his life serves as a cautionary tale. It's a story of what happens when the pressures of genius outweigh the joys of discovery and the pursuit of one's true passions. While his legacy may have faded into obscurity, Sidis's story reminds us that intelligence alone isn't enough. It must be coupled with a sense of purpose, fulfillment, and emotional well-being. Let's take a moment to reflect on the importance of nurturing not just the mind, but also the heart and soul. True genius is not only about what we know, but also about how we choose to live our lives and the impact we leave behind. If this story resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the untold stories of history's forgotten geniuses. Your support helps us bring more content like this to you.